Which one would you rather have? This, a 9.9, or an Action 1?
Is it a real 9? I mean, I'm kidding. I want the Action 1. I was just, what would you value this if someone said, I need to buy this from you right now?
I actually got offered 1.5 for it. I said no.
1.5?
Yeah.
Great wall. Looking good. You're doing Dr. freaking Seuss.
Can't have, man.
People don't realize that you were like trained by Rob Liefeld. Look at that. Woo!
It never gets tired having an Action number 1.
I was just gonna ask you.
Never.
Never, right?
Always exciting.
This right here is the most important comic book of all time, Action Comics #1, first appearance of Superman, first appearance of a superhero in a comic book from 1938. It's nice.
I always become like the 8-year-old me going, what? I get to hold Batman number 1?
Sure.
It's a dream come true
I get
every
it.
day.
Congrats on the release of your
Comic book.
independent comic book.
Yes, The Addiction #1 will be in comic stores in July, in previews from Diamond May 1st, and I hope any comic store owners are out there, order some Addictions.
You said you wanted to show me something.
Oh, I wanted to give you an invitation to the wedding.
Oh! One of the coolest proposal stories I have ever seen, it's actually recorded on camera, was the unveiling of this. Can you talk about this for a little bit?
Yeah, we can.
This right here is the original cover.
Cover art and combination splash page of Detective Comics 168. Obviously my favorite book. I branded my business after this book.
You have been hunting for this for a very long time.
It took me about 5 years. 5 years just to get the guy to even consider selling it. And then it took about a year to pay it off from there. And now I've had it for about almost 8 months. So,
yeah, you had it for 8 months, and
yeah.
when you did the unveiling, by the end of it,
and you were at Comic-Con
did a proposal.
So that lady right there.
That's right. So it's like the cutest proposal story. And if you know Rob, you know how special that is too. Because this guy is like one of the most vulgar people you've ever talked to.
That's not true. That's not. There's no the he's talking
it's
about.
Exactly. Yeah, you motherfucker. If you know this guy, you know. No, but it's actually really cool. You seem so happy, and I love it.
Yeah.
How's your show going?
Great. Show's great. I love C2E2. I love coming to Chicago.
What are people like into right now? What are they hunting for?
A lot of Invincible, actually. The Invincible's flying off the shelf. A lot of X-Men. X-Men's going crazy, probably because X-Men 97 is so damn good.
There you go.
This is all pre-code horror. It's been selling.
I'm surprised to see Raw books on your wall.
Yeah, I know.
Why are you doing Raw books?
I don't know. Just switch it up. I like switching
Real
it up.
talk, the last time I saw Rob, he said, I'm not dealing with any Raw books. It's only CGC. I don't want to deal with that crap.
You should know, but I say a lot of shit, and then like 3 months later, it's a different story.
We'll put the link in the description. You got to follow my homie Rob. He's a fantastic dealer. He knows his stuff. Some of the best prices in comics.
Thank you so much.
And I guess I'm going to go and see you at your wedding.
Oh, you are definitely going to.
Good to see you, brother.
You too.
Look at that, dude.
That's great. That's a separate piece that was added up top. You could faintly see the Batman logo right there. Signed by Loose Sports, cover artist.
I want to talk to you, famous cartoonist Art Baltazar, about this. You're doing Dr. freaking Seuss.
The cat in the hat, man.
How did you like mentally get prepared to follow up a character done by Dr. Seuss?
There was a lot of pressure, man. And I was so glad I didn't have to rhyme, because I was going to tell them no. And I'm like, you can't compare rhyming to Dr. Seuss. And they said, no, it's a graphic novel. It's like no rhyming, just tell a story. I'm like, I can do that.
Oh, snap.
And then when I told him I could identify with the cat, because he's a lot like me. There he is. Those are the kids. They don't want to let him in. And I'm working on book 2 right now, too. I just got my story approved.
Oh, my gosh.
So it's fun, man. And they told me to read the first 2 cat books. The Cat in the Hat, the cat comes back with her. And they said, don't watch any movies or cartoons. Just read the first 2 books, and then tell us what comes next. Like, so this is like, in my mind, this is the 3rd Cat in the Hat book.
The 3rd Cat in the Hat book. Where are these going to be released? I mean,
everywhere.
This is a major release right here.
If you even go to Target and look at the computer, I'm in there. Yeah.
You're in the Target.
Yeah,
dude, how does,
Target.
That's right, baby. That's huge.
Yeah, man.
But look at this. I want to show this off.
Look at
So
that
this right here,
cover.
this variant cover, the creation of this meant that we were able to, and there's my logo right up there.
Yeah, there it is, Comic Tom.
The creation of this allowed there to be upwards of, what did we do? Like over 2,000 books donated to children in hospitals and cancer centers across the country. Same with this one.
We did 2 books.
We did 2 books right here, this right here. Look at all these key collector comics. We teamed up with the best. Comic books for kids, Whatnot, me, Comic Pops, Milky, Carnivore. we released this and got this in the hands of kids in hospitals and cancer centers around the country. And we're gonna do it again this year. We have
let's do it.
2 books on deck.
Yeah.
They're gonna be huge releases.
These guys right here.
That's
These
right.
are the ones coming.
Those are coming.
Covers will be going to kids.
That's right.
It's all in the heart. It's heart and soul. We're gonna make books directly for kids and send them right to them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ooh, and I gotta interrupt because I also have to give a big thank you to Mellow Fellow, my homie over on Whatnot, who also contributed so we can make more comics and get them in the hands of children. But before we can get them in the hands of children, we have to get them to the nonprofit who will distribute them. So if you want to do a donation directly to the nonprofit, Comic Books for Kids is on Facebook. This is the nonprofit that I endorse, and where I send comics to get them in the hands of kids who find themselves at a hospital or cancer center for whatever reason, whether they need to be there or their family member. Comic Books for Kids helps get them comics to enjoy and to read with their family at a tough time typically. So go donate to Comic Books for Kids. They're awesome. Let's get back to the video. We're at Big Time Collectibles booth. This is Nelson. Hello. No one produces variants quite like this gentleman, and that's probably one of the main reasons why I work so much with him. But can you walk us through some of your gorgeous variants? Because this right here is one of the biggest Bill Sienkiewicz covers that's ever been released.
Correct. There's the 1 in 75 Mexican fold variant, Big Time Collectibles exclusive, of course, $50 each. We already sold out of this at the website. We only have less than short box left. Same with World 3, number 9. This is the Miko Hawaiian exclusive. AOC foil variant.
Now explain, how did you make this one happen? Because didn't this get recalled at some point?
Correct, the first one did, and then we checked with the original publisher and we asked if they could print it again now on foil, and they said they can. So we got them paid and it's
They
here.
said it was fine, so come and get it.
Make sure you follow Comic Tom 101.
Ah, look at this, Javan Jordan right there. What's up?
Here, full effect, man. Shout out to Big Time Collectibles. I know y'all see all the heat that they're dropping.
Marat, Mychaels, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like people don't realize that you were like trained by Rob Liefeld,
I was his assistant, yeah.
right?
That's where I started, yeah.
How do people not know more of this? Like I knew since the beginning, but
Well, you know what? Most people think my career started with Pooh. Like that.
they think that your career started with
Yeah,
Pooh.
like nobody remembers the Image, the Marvel, the DC years, but you know, whatever. I'll be the Pooh guy.
Ridiculous. Why don't you list some of the 90s stuff to blow people's mind?
I worked on Brigade. I did one of the Spawn toy comics. I did a book called Blindside. Yeah, a lot of stuff, man.
What would you say
I was
is
the
like
art director at Extreme.
the most memorable stuff that Rob Liefeld trained you on?
Probably like storytelling and
Yeah.
energy in your work.
What do you think stuck the most?
Oh no, probably like layout and
Layout?
excitement, making your comics exciting first and foremost.
It's not just Pooh,
It's not just Pooh.
but get your Pooh.
Get your Pooh. Get a lot of Pooh.
Would you like to have Lou Ferrigno at your shop? And we're like, yeah.
This is how things happen.
Right.
Your homies get a call, and you find out Lou Ferrigno may be showing up to their shop. So we're gonna have to go bring some Hulk books there and do a Whatnot stream or something.
That would be awesome.
I think that'd be sick.
But the problem is we got to get it cleaned up enough to have somebody come in there and do a signing.
Dude, this guy's shop, there's more comics in space.
Yeah, that's
It's not.
true,
It's
that's
called
true.
Hills of Comics for a reason.
Yeah.
So we did a cover with the Martin Simmonds. You know him from Department of Truth. You know him from Dracula. You know the flies and the grotesque,
Vampires
beautiful
and stuff.
surrealism. And it's because of this guy right here.
What's up?
You got to roll up these sleeves. You guys want to see some damn cool tattoos? Look at this.
Oh,
Look at this.
so listen, so you got Saw there. You got Amanda there on the trap, the bear trap. Yeah. Then you got John Kramer right here.
Woo!
Love me some Saw.
Follow NoMasss over on Instagram.
Thank you so much, man.
And join him at every convention. He's got some of the hottest books.
And
in the
listen, make
world.
sure you guys are reading Crashdown, not only issue 1, 2, and 3, and I think 4, right, coming out?
4's coming out.
Listen, pick that up. My man, Fire Guy, Tom. Great book, man. Listen, this is what it is. A person's dream come true. Writing, creating from the top, putting it on paper. Published title. Congrats to you two guys. Thank you so
you, my
much for the
brother, for
opportunity. Of course, I'm happy to do a Crashdown with you guys. Can't wait for you guys to see it tomorrow. Martin Simmonds, Crashdown number 1. Here, Ryan, Tom.
Can you talk a little bit about what inspired you to go this route for the cover of Crashdown number 1?
Well, I read the book for a start.
I appreciate you doing that.
You don't always get the chance. But all the other covers featured sorry, I can't remember the main character's
Allison.
name. Yeah. So I figured, let's go with the other guy seemed interesting. That kind of idea that he's just been kind of there for, it's suspended animation for so long and then comes
That's
of
right.
age. So you can get this great, it lends itself to this great image, this great contrast of like the young and the old. And obviously, I love painting space, so always a good chance, a good opportunity to get some space in there. And tentacles. I sound like Ben Tipple speaking now.
Love tentacles.
But tentacles are always good to paint.
Department of Truth is
back
what?
on June the 26th, I believe.
June 26th?
For issue 23. I'm very, very excited to be back on Department of Truth. It's been a long time.
Follow Martin on Instagram. It's all one word. Martin Simmonds. Dracula.
Any
Department
more?
of Truth. I don't have to say shit. He's on Crashdown #1.
Yeah.
Martin, thank you.
All right, mate.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
So Ryan, you know how I grew up in the back of a comic book store with my dad? The apartment was behind the LCS. He helped manage it. I would go through these beads, right? Well, the owner of that shop, his name was Jeff, cool dude. He lived in the top apartment of that.
Up above.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then eventually my dad would buy that whole store.
Drive it across country.
Exactly. Jeff, the guy who owned that comic book store, he got back into comics. You can click the link and follow him. In fact, he just bought Crashdown #1. Jeff, can you confirm all the things I just said?
Yeah, absolutely true. We used to live in the back of the comic book store with comic pops, and we used to have such a great time talking about comic books way back in the day. And then I eventually had to close that store, but now I'm back, and first one ever signed.
Follow Jeff on Whatnot. If you do,
Yeah, we're on Whatnot.
it makes me really happy. Random Stacks.